Welcome to part 2 of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Fuck. I'm fine, everything's fine. That was when I tried to do a voice. The last time, we got the map. And I believe it told us the answer to this door is 561. Nah. Not being able to go backwards with these is a thing. There we go. Well, what have we here? Ah, yes, the heads room where we keep our heads. To Nate? Oh, tune 1. To lie? 32 and 1. So it's kind of some kind of code, probably. 2N1, 32N1. 32 LEI. There's 2 2s and 2 32s. There is a note next to the device. Input case sensitive code to request bug report 2. Huh. I did it. Easy. Bug report 2. I don't currently have anything to put this together with, I don't think. A case-sensitive code for bug report 2. That's everything we have access to here right now, I think. Two sets of scissors on the map? Oh, it's each of these posters. Yeah, we still have to figure out what those even go to. But yeah, this is the top floor, so we can't go any higher. Might check around the surroundings for anything else that might give us answers about what's going on. We do now have the somewhat scarier element of having to worry about what passwords do I or do I not have the answers to, and which thing should I be pursuing now. This was our original objective, was to meet this guy. So here he is. Man. I love Man. Signorina, I am happy like 1,000 children to see you. Please, forgive my absence. I had some matters I needed to discuss with the Americans. Yeah, what's the stuff you're covered in? First things first, Signorina. You must, above all, get to know this house. After all, it is your art that will reveal all its secrets and memories. This is crucial to the project. Now, Signorina, if you would excuse me. As you can see, raindrops fall on man and hedgehog alike. Thanks, Robotnik. I have to go and clean off all this red paint. Call me on my room number about your findings. We must uncover everything. I'm staying in room 1963. Signorina, you will, of course, be needing your room key. I left it at the reception desk. Good luck, Bella. So call 1963 on the phone thing. And this is the missing script pages. The script needs to be taken to 1963. Seen that number before. On top of being the opening code for getting in this place. Can I go back here? Where is the key on the reception desk? Okay, that's a lot of names and locations. They have 6-digit phone numbers. These are out in the world. These are street addresses. A lot of street addresses and phone numbers. I wonder how many of these numbers will work. Ooh. Oh, the bumpers are also an interact button, of course, because every button's interact. Oh, this is how you get behind the counter. Okay, here we go. $1. I can only grab it from this side of the table for some reason. Los Angeles, January 2nd, 1963. To whom it may concern, it has come to our attention that Mr. Nero has contracted you to work on his project. We are writing to let you know that we are not involved in any capacity with Mr. Nero, nor any of his projects as of late last year. Anyone choosing to still associate with Mr. Nero after receiving this letter will be regarded as complicit in Mr. Nero's game. Furthermore, my personal advice for your own safety is to not engage with Mr. Nero, as it has been proven time after time that his behavior is erratic, perhaps even dangerous. Sincerely, Robert Sidney. Last year. So they split from Mr. Nero in 1962. So 1962 is likely a code for something? Oh, I guess probably right here. Oh. What? Oh. You can spell numbers with this, I guess. There's a few that I thought I set correctly, and then I looked away from them thinking they were done, and I looked back and they were wrong, and it's because some of the sides get hidden under ones. So I looked at it, thought, oh, we were to hit this much to make the answer, and then I looked back later, I'm like, oh, there was a hidden side. That's how you draw a 9. Wasn't sure if the 1 was backward or not. Being a 1 and whatnot. Ah, there's 2014. I figured that'd be the first numbered room we would open. Just kind of made sense. But it's our room specifically. Maybe the current year is 2014? I still wonder if it'll transport us there. It does feel like we're not that far into the future yet, but I don't know. There's a woman painting in the garden. He wasn't there a second ago. Sure, let's just save. Kind of clicked on this on accident, but why not? I assume you can just type the room number in just to call it. Pronto. Ciao, Signorina. Have you found anything new in the house? Ask for advice. Art is like blood that flows through the veins. Was that all? No new news. Keep looking, Signorina. Arrivederci. Alright, so that works. That objective was more of a tutorial. I'm guessing this doesn't open. Yerp. Go gadget pattern recognition. Oh. He's gone. Hi. Hey, puppy. We have some kind of code that I can't inspect it directly. Yeah, so she's gone. One down arrow with a slash, 3 up arrows with no slashes, and an eye in the middle. It's reminiscent of the other thing we saw, but it does not match, I don't think. Like, at all. Yep, these are in a different orientation, and also it's 3 things that are slashed, but 3 of them are up and 1 of them is down, but it's not in that combination of which ones are slashed at all. It's all different. These mean something. We don't know yet. I guess she's just gone. So, bye-bye. I'd like to check out the surrounding environment, but before that, I think I'm gonna go until I feel like I hit a dead end in the local environment. So let's check out room 2014 first. But at some point I'll walk outside and check out the cemetery. Or the mausoleum. It's locked, but for once we do have the key. Ma'am, you're in my bed. It's broken. The broken chunk of the map of the mirror kind of looks like the piece, that weird gouge we've seen. Yeah, like over here. That could be a coincidence. He's fast asleep. Wake her up. Uh-huh. Young woman, before I go, please help me see. Help the old woman see. So I think this might be Lorelei. Maybe. I go back here? Shonatag. Name of the president. Just, okay, bunch of numbers. Actual name gone. Oh, name of resident. Whoops. Not president. So it's probably Lorelei. Alright, she was admitted December 13th, 2014. Then this was written a day later. So yeah, that matches up with 2014. What if Lorelei is in every room we go to at a different age? Miss suffers from and the latter is believed to be a symptom. The latter is believed to be a symptom of the early stages of. It is likely that Miss condition is. Lately, Miss has been receptive to verbal communication. Nurses have seen noticeable reactions when mentioning things such as family members, friends, places she has visited, or things related to her work. As it is believed that this verbal stimuli is beneficial to Miss, the care team intends to find more information about Miss. Visitors will be encouraged to communicate with Miss using any verbal stimuli the care team finds advisable. Let's see. Name a place she used to visit. Find out the name of parents. Any other family. Aunt or uncle, perhaps. Projects worked on. Names or nicknames of friends, acquaintances, etc. Find out about exhibitions. Any specific contribution in exhibitions. Music she liked. Band names. Alright. So we just need to find out as much as we can about Lorelei's life, and then say it at her, and what is probably dementia is what we're probably trying to push through. I would expect it's the earliest stages of dementia, although that's a very long blank for the space. I guess it's Miss Vice, is what it says there. A nice short name for a nice short block. Most things indicate dementia, but the fact that it's redacted as a mystery is interesting. She's mumbling. Listen. The piece at Electronic Art Symposium. Cafe. Photo exhibition. Aunt. Mother. Father. Sculpture project. Telex name. Delphine's band. Oh, you just manually say something by typing it in. So you need to know the exact answer. Gotcha. He's not responding. This could be the core thing at this, of the storyline, might be all about trying to get stuff out of her. Given that she seemingly is the person the game's named after. So go figure, there's literally an entire book about her in this building, but it's all painted over. Oh, there's a screen in here. So I can put cassettes in here, but I don't have any of those either. Oh, these cassettes are all empty. Okay, so it's all of the films. So Ace of Hearts and the Entomologist's Dream are the two halves of that one thing. If we could find out what their dates are, that'd be helpful. Gambler Roberto loses a bet to the one-eyed radical Lori. To cancel his debt, she wants him to infiltrate the military-industrial complex. When Roberto inadvertently causes an international diplomatic crisis during a game of cards, Lori decides that a nuclear war is unavoidable, and in the name of peace, they form the tenor group, the Ace of Hearts, to speed up the process. It's a thriller and a comedy. A film by Renzo Nero. That's the original name that right, that was the signature on the original letter when we came in, too. Wow, so short, 1 hour and 8 minutes. It's a brisk comedy. All right, so the combination is probably 52. This is the second one, so the combination is probably... Oh! The other combination then 52. The Ace of Hearts. Oh, literally. Okay, so that one door's code is probably 54 or 52. I don't really feel need to write that down, because I could just double check it in a minute, but... The Entomologist's Dream. R, an ordinary librarian, finds the indecipherable book 1,000 years ago in his library. The words within puzzle him, and his research leads to an underground book club where he befriends L. She takes him to a fortune teller, and in the crystal, they see that R wrote 1,000 years ago himself. I guess it's just like the beginning of the story, or did they just like spoil the entire story in the summary, I wonder? It does feel like they're just like saying what happens at the end of these. These VHS boxes don't have sides. It's just slightly weird looking seeing the front cover and the back cover with no like spine between them. Canzone dell'Oceano. These are all going to be coming up. Banker Renato leaves the city life behind and decides to sail the ocean to experience the calm of being in the eye of a storm. He robs his own bank to buy a ship, which he names Lily Christine. Throughout his journey, he meets creatures and seafarers who all seem to bear a resemblance to people he has met before. On the bottom floor, it was 2 movie posters with a plus sign between them, so you probably just add their dates together. Or the durations. That was one of the ones there. An American dollar. Adio. Listen, I don't know how to pronounce this one. The irresponsible Lieutenant Resnick serves in a distant outpost during World War I. Out of boredom, he cuts out his eyes to get sympathy from his commanding officer. What the fuck? Major Lawrence, who he later seduces. Ooh. A strange and dangerous love affair plays out while the war creeps ever closer. It's a drama? It's not a comedy? It's a gay movie from 1950? Damn. A dog like all other dogs. In post-war Dusseldorf, the homeless Rudy looks for his blind dog Lazarus in the ruined city. That's a hell of a name for a dog. As Rudy realizes that dogs have more value than him, he transforms himself into a Labrador, only to find himself in a constant fear of being cooked and served in a fancy restaurant. I'm shocked that these are listed as dramas, not comedies. What the fuck did you say to me? It's only 34 minutes long. We really hadn't standardized movie lengths back then. Automobile. 3 women, all named Regina, lose their minds after hearing rock singer Little Leaf on the radio. To symbolize their higher state of consciousness, they change their names to Retina, and as they learn that Little Leaf is to perform Helsinki, they steal a sports car and embark on a violent quest to find the man of their dreams. Starring Tessa Black, Geraldine Blanche, and Angelica Blanche also. 1959, but the poster was upside down for this one, right? So it's 6261. Yeah, that should be the answer to that door. I guess I'm actually getting the answers to a lot of the doors right now. Wow, just all in one place. After stumbling around confused for 2 hours and finding nothing, it's wild to have stuff just getting dumped on me right now. Un animale terribile. Gatto bianco, and gatto nero. As Ronaldo is left by his wife and children, he cuts out the eyes of the family cat Lucia in a fit of revengeful rage. When insects start to devour the still living cat, it turns from white to black, and Ronaldo starts to keep a journal about its decay using macro photography. Oh. And it's 3 hours long? Wait, interactive horror? How is it an interactive movie? I'm fascinated by this. This is the one that ended his marketability of his career. Like this is the specific thing that ended any interest people had in his stuff. Whereas some of the other stuff was like really. I think a dog like any other dog was the one that was supposed to be like approachable. How do you? Well, I don't know what the fuck interactive horror means in a 60s movie. But also a 3-hour film about somebody obsessively documenting the decay of a living cat. That's just, everything about this is so upsetting. The third eye. Nothing. Just that. Just the third eye. No description. Okay, it's a lot of fucking eyes. The back is blank, but there's a note inside. Cinema sostenuto manifesto. Cinema does not need people to exist. A piece of art exists in itself and for itself. All art can and should not be for mankind. We must make special cinemas for showing movies that transcend the human experience and shift the perspective from the viewer. Such a cinema has no need for chairs or popcorn, and it has no room for or need for people at all. A projectionist starts the film and is given ample time to vacate before the credits. Then the show begins. No chatter, no commercials, no inane questions about the plot. Pure cinema, untarnished by greedy eyes. Wow, it's finally Toaster has found his Valhalla. His freedom from audiences. Alright, so we may or may not get the chance to watch some of these at some point, maybe, but the tapes aren't here, so we'll have to see about that. But I do now have the answer to a slightly overwhelming number of doors, but we'll see how much there is behind each one. Ooh, a maze. Probably the maze of that other door, too. Okay. Man, it's wild how you have a photographic memory where you just glance at these things and just know them, because what the fuck? Alright, so there's 9 quadrants. Quadrant implies 4, so technically not the right word, but whatever. I think that's, at least I think it does. But all these spots have these specific things that you need, I guess. Those will come up in some context. I can't really read the signature very well, but it also says 1963. There's nothing on the table for me. Ooh, ladder go up. I'm kind of having a blast with this game, honestly. It is kind of like just like an extremely themed escape room so far. Looking at all the screenshots of the game, I kind of had a vibe that it was going to be like a investigative mystery. That does not seem to be the case so far. Lof T Vinden. I think there's a space between Lofa and T. We found another one of these. There's still entire categories of thing we haven't even heard of yet. Oh, this one's the upsetting looking one. Have we done all the other ones yet? I did this one. Isn't this the one at the beginning I still haven't figured out, actually? I think it might be. I've done that one. I've done that one. We've done most of them now. I've found all of them, particularly. I guess I should check the room that they're all supposed to go to, because I might have access to it soon. This one looks like torture, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, so we have to count the windows very carefully. The example up top has 3 windows on the left and right on the bottom. Then on the middle stuff, you have a perfect grid of 2x2 and 2x2 on both sides. There's antennas on the towers in the middle, but not on the outside. There's 2 windows on top, 2 windows in the middle, a window in the belfry or whatever. Okay. So from the perspective of cutting it in half, there will be 5 windows in the middle-ish part. The first example, 50, has 3 on the left, 4, 5, 2 on top, antenna. 50 seems to match. 150 is missing a window on the top. 195. 50 doesn't match because 50 doesn't have a door. So 195 has the door. Correct number of windows. Seems right. So then what's 215? What's the difference between these two? Oh, 215 has a bonus window. That one's bad. 330? 5 windows there, 2 up top. Antenna, 3 in there. Oh, 330 has an outside antenna. Okay, so it's 195. I think is the correct one there. And I believe the building's symmetrical, so you just have to find the one that matches that. Let's see. 85 looks right. No, it's not. There's no window in the middle. 400. 5 windows, 2 windows, 3 windows, antenna, door. 400 looks right. 500 is missing all sorts of weird windows. That one's fucked up. 60 only has 2 windows on the outside. 25, 3, 5, 2, front door, top thing. Antenna on the tower, but not on the outside. Okay. Ugh. So 400 and 275 both look right. What's different between them? They're annoyingly far enough away that they're hard to compare at a glance. Tower on the outside. Low area that has 3 windows. A middle tower that has 2 windows and an antenna on top. A top floor that has 2 windows. A belfry that has a little opening. A thing under the top part that has 2 windows. A middle structure on the left has 1 window in the corner and a doorway. Fuck, I don't see a difference. Wait, where is it? What's different? Oh, the tower height. 275, the tower on the right is taller than normal. Oh, that's subtle. Okay. So it's, shit, which ones was it? 195 and 400, I think, were the ones I said were correct. So the answer is 595. I hope. Yup. I'm always right about everything. Which is an impressive streak when I've been on YouTube for 11 years. Hotel letztes Jahr loft. The small loft of the hotel houses an impossibly large room and small spaces used for storage. Perfect for the many planned projects in the building. Because there's 5 of these and 4 of them were the 4 floors. Oh, so yeah, so the last one's going to be the basement. Right. That's the one I didn't do. 1963 has a loft. This is the loft to 2014. Oh. And room 1938 is up here. There's a bunch of lofts, but most of them aren't connected. Actually, most of them are connected. Only this one isn't. Womp womp. This is a funny little through line, just to like, they could have just given us a map, but they're like, hey, we'll just split this mini game across the whole world, figure it out. How was your room, Signorina? Was it what you expected? Explain that someone's in there. You really like puzzles, Signorina. Let me think. I've got it. You were the someone. That was an inventive riddle, Bella. They think that I was playing a game. Or they're intentionally dodging it. Now, Signorina. I forgot to ask you the most important thing. Did you bring the script pages like we agreed? There was no agreement. Signorina, Signorina. This is a problem bigger than a jackpot. A very big problem. How do you suppose we will find out how it ends? I suggest you make it a very high priority to bring them to me. Well, yep, okay. So we're getting the stuff that we saw elsewhere reinforced as main objectives here. Is he still just trailing the paint everywhere? The paint that is the same color as blood, as we know. So it's a tad bit concerning. I'm up to having $14. Maybe I should be spending them on gacha. 20% done with the game, seemingly. Or something. Let's see. So I believe I've exhausted all the rooms that I've opened so far. 2014 key, the Ace of Hearts. I think that's the same map we saw in the other room, but I don't think I'm allowed to open it yet. Let's see, let's just explore from the top down now and just see whatever movie poster rooms I encounter and see if I have the information to solve them yet. Frenetic typing from behind the door, because this is where his room is. Yes? Is this about the script pages? Just slide them onto the door. Would you like an ace of spades? Hearts? Shit. It's just easy to reflexively say ace of spades. The ace of spades. The ace of spades. Where was the... There's a heart on the map over there. That might be relevant. Okay, so I need to go find... I need to go back and see if I can solve the hidden expenses thing, but I don't think I understand that puzzle compared to the other ones. Don't know what's going on with that thing yet. So none of the movie posters are up here. Oh! Okay, well I think we're gonna have to take a look at that. Uh-huh. Huh. I wonder if that relates to the statues that we saw in the other room, the codes. I'm trying to remember what the codes were on those, but seeing it here, it looks like different directions have different letters on them, but it's not the cardinal directions. Instead, it looks like it's the letters that make up the name Nero, and also the number 2. What can I move? There we go. Lorelei Vice, Gnome, Granite. In Gnome, we are invited to see the thoughts of a person as they are formed. 9 slates, some containing letters, forming a seemingly nonsensical word, seem to grow as ideas on the subject's forehead. The piece is cryptic, even maze-like, and ultimately lets us use our imagination to project our own ideas onto its slates. Huh. First, it's not a nonsensical thing. It says Nero. But maybe I'm primed to notice that because there's a character named Nero here. But also, it being 9 pieces is curious because it... And them saying mazes here, because that one door has a maze on it that's in 9 pieces. I don't know if you derive letters from those. So let's just go ahead and let ourselves follow the ghost. See what happens there. Ooh. Hmm. Zero, 7, 4. God, that's hard to read. Third row is 386. Bottom one says 1. The second row is much harder to read. Something 9, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it a 6? Is there a 6 anywhere? 7, 8, 0. Yeah, I don't see a 6 anywhere. No, the 6 is in the bottom right corner. I'm not sure what the symbol in the middle left is. It's hard to read. We're going to the garden. Oh, it's locked. Oh. Only 4 digits. Hmm. So M is 1,000, so like millennium. D is 500. C is 100 for century. Okay, so I mostly got to remember that D is 500, because century and millennium I can keep track of. What a weird interval to split at. But I guess it did have 5. So 1,000, 1,500, 1,800, 1,847. 1847. Let's see. I could try it normally, but I don't think this works. 1, 8, 4, 7. Nope, because you have to make them match this thing. So 1, 8, 4, 7. Yep. You make it match the poster. And now it's dead to me. Don't have to deal with any of that shit again. Let's save real quick. Feels wrong to walk past a save point that's just right here. I'm admittedly slightly worried about following the, like, projected story a little too fast when they give me a ghost like this. Hello. So there's the body that we were expecting to see. Well. I think this is a little bit of why I liked looking at Yick, the video game. Is like I do just enjoy just very odd visuals in some of these games. It's some funsies. All right, so one of them's going. There's 4 cables going in strange directions. This one goes to a statue. This one goes down the drain. The one on the far right goes down a drain, and then the other one looks like it goes up the building. So this is what is this? A gate? Oh. Okay. There is a horse with a reaper's sickle, a horse with a scale, a horse that has a sword, and a horse with arrows. And one of these goes to a statue that's right in front of us. Also a horse. There is a hole in the forehead of the statue. That is the second time we have found a statue with a hole in their head. seeming just suggest to find the thing shaped like that and put it in the thing. Which makes sense. Insert something in the horse. You can't just say that. 1847. But for where? Red glass shards surround her. She's holding onto a broken key. It definitely says 1847, and since I can't put it in my stuff, I should write this one down, I think. So by the body, it says 1847. It almost looks like it could spell something. Oh, it's the 1847. Fuck. Because I didn't really need to write this down after all. What context do you have to be in to feel the need to write down in your own blood the code to the key that's broken with you? It's like it's not so you didn't like break the key to keep it from anybody. You wanted them to use it, but you couldn't keep it together for some reason. Oh, hello. Oh, those are stairs. Dollar. Oh, every door is always bolted. Red glass shards surround her. Okay. This is a wild environment. Oop. We have a crank. But that would cost. There's a manhole here that makes me think that maybe... Oh, there's a doll up there. Oh, I've played that game. Is that an Easter egg about another game that's published by Annapurna Interactive or something? That game's called... Was that Ip-Ob? Or was Ip-Ob the game with the orange and the magenta and green platforming characters they had to co-op as? I think that might be something else. I don't know. I played that game too, though. That was a 3D game where you played as where you also played as two separate characters. Trying to solve this environment. I think that's them. Yeah, I think the game's doing an Easter egg of another indie game, as they are wont to do. The crank might technically go in here, but I'm not sure about that. Nope. Looks like a pretty big opening. There's a keypad. Alright, north, south, east, and west are the normal directions. 1847. I assume that doesn't work. Oh god. Oh, the answer's 1847, but I have to figure out how to type that in. Alright. This is a case where it would not hurt to write it out a little bit. So north, west, east, and south. Just kind of writing out my rows. So North equals 4. West equals north divided by north, so west equals 1. That's easy. East equals south minus west. Don't know what south is yet. South equals north plus north, so south equals 8. I wrote this a little too big for how little of a deal this is going to be. East equals south minus west, so 8 minus... Okay. 8 minus 1 is 7. So north is 4, east is 7, south is 8, west is 1. 1847, 1847, so it's west, south, northeast. Here, I was worried that the diagonals were going to come up, and I'm like, how do I interpret what those are? Is there like a logic I'm supposed to follow here? This was straightforward. Do you like American dollars? I like all kinds of dollars. An E-shaped key. Okay, they just gave that one to us. Want to make sure I didn't forget to finish exploring this area before I move on. You think the dollars are in my soul, oh, 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 baby. Well, then what kind of nonsense is happening over here? Can I go anywhere besides the tent? There's a whole, like, zone out there. Nope. Oh. Normal day. Oh, 4 books about divination. Modern astrology, unknown stars, unknown future. Meteorites from Tetris Occultus are found on Earth to this day. In Rubrum Astronomica, Lucius writes, when the third eye passes us by, the world belongs to creators. It's a time for beauty and chaos. An artist will be crowned king, and he will lead our victory over Mammon. He will create items of great beauty, and for a fleeting moment, there will be harmony and chaos. But order will be restored, and knights of the third eye end in blood. Artists will die or surrender to the merchants. Mammon will not be denied, but artifacts of these knights will remain among us. Let's see. Another reference to the third eye, which is also in the book that they claim is about... Not the book, the VHS where they claim that art should exist without people. And it had no back cover. Money! It's a reference. Money took over. Whoa. Literally, it's in it. It permeates the art and perverts it. The Zodiacs, who are we? It's me, I'm a Taurus. That's it. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. I win. In the cards, cartomancy for beginners. Also, this is going to be that one book, that clock, right? Yeah. Cartomancy. The Ace of Spades, also known as the Death card, or the Spadille, has been a symbol related to war and also asexuality? But in the French tradition of fortune telling, it usually mean bad luck or death in one's future. You always have death in your future. That's not much of a fortune. Fucking losers. Ripping people off. War and asexuality. There's an album name for you. Didn't realize they're building off of so much metaphor with that Motorhead song. Did I get the Ace of Spades? Yep. We're collecting 4 aces for some reason. Oculomancy. It's in the eyes. There is, of course, more to oculomancy than simply reading the reflection in the questioner's eyes. Over the next chapters, we will learn about what an oculomancer can tell about a soul by the shape of their eyes, the color of their iris, and how we can provide spiritual guidance by studying the nuances of a bloodshot eye and the structure in the vessels. Wow, there are many made-up things, but this is the most made-up of all of them. More books about divination. The Skeptic's Guide to Crystal Gazing. It's not real. End of book. To understand crystallomancy, we must understand old divinity is therapeutic, not paranormal. Aw. It's oddly touching. Over the years, there have been several scientific studies of the practice, and many come to the same conclusion. Crystal gazing is self-hypnotism. What you see in the crystal could simply be something you've forgotten or repressed. Transcendental numerology. 1 is the divine, 9 is death, man is 5, the devil is 6, God is 7, 6 is life, 3 is creation. Combining them tells us about the holy powers and visions within each person and how to use them in creativity. This is, then, the year for creation at all costs, life or death. To those willing to see it, 1963 is a year of finality and new beginnings. This is an important point here. This is the number they keep hitting. Creation at all costs. I assume it's like Nero's final creation is going to be in 1963. Which is both now and in the past, or never, or something. 7 moving astronomical objects. It is believed that the Babylonians were first to divide the moon phases, the moon cycles, in 4, which became what we know today as a week. They also develop a horoscope by assigning them the 7 classical planets: Moon, Monday; Mars, Tuesday; Mercury, Wednesday; Jupiter, Thursday; Venus, Friday; Saturn, Saturday; and Sun, Sunday. The Sun. Huh. Okay. Divide the moon cycle into 4, which is a week. Yeah, because it's a month, right? A fourth of a month is a week. So now we know that the planets have numbers associated with them, essentially. The days of the week. Or at least that's the answer to a puzzle probably somewhere. Lunar phases of 1847. Okay. So this is what the moon looked like at different parts of this year. So if I get 5 dates, then I can decode that one journal. Or at least that should be what's going on here. Let's do some self-hypnotism. A voice echoes from within the crystal ball. I see your destiny. Roll the D100 and find out what happens to you on the wild magic table. I see islands. Caves. Your tragic fate leads you to an island far away. Sulawesi. In the cave where this started thousands of years ago. Do you wish to hear more? Would you like to know more? The year is 1982. You will wander the paths of that primordial cave. Suddenly it's a text adventure. You will go west. What the fuck? Oh, and the text goes in the direction that you choose too. I just want to circle. Ah. This point you will see. Or at this point you will see. Absolutely nothing. Will you not wander the true path? Okay. Gotta figure out the crystal ball path. It's another combination, but in the form of cardinal directions. Somehow. We're probably done out here for now. So I have an E key. Oh. Whoa, there's way more information than you think about this stuff. Tampons. Bought in a pharmacy in a town near the hotel. Made out of absorbent cotton, wrapped in wax paper. Tampons were invented in the early 1930s and are designed to absorb blood and vaginal secretions during menstruation. The lack of an applicator suggests an origin which is not American. It was not uncommon for hygiene products to be wrapped in wax paper as late as the 1960s. Moon cycles and menstruation have historically been linked, and even today many debunked myths about menstruation are widespread due to taboos, ignorance, and superstitions. Car key. Came with the car. It's small, very light, and has started to crack. There is an LC logo on one side, and the serial number 1903082112040907 on the other. The Lily Christine, or LC for short, we heard that earlier, was the Eastern European car model from the Traum Automobilwerk. Its bodywork was made entirely of plastic, making it exceptionally cheap to produce. Its keys were similarly made of plastic, and accordingly easily snapped in the ignition. Uh-oh. After Traum Automobilwerk collapsed, the corporation was confirmed to be involved with a network of corporations which produced systems and components for materializing spectral information. Ooh, 3 hours in, I realize all my inventory items have extended descriptions. Holy, alright. The Lily Christine. We heard about a vehicle being called the Lily Christine earlier, wasn't it? Wait. Isn't the Lily Christine in one of the... The Lily Christine. 1984. They sail to the ocean. He robs his own bank to buy a ship, which he calls the Lily Christine. The car has the same name as the one from the movie. The ship from the movie. I wonder if that means that there's any connection with the key, the car key getting into that room. It's a long fucking combination potentially. So we can keep going through these, but let's poke at some of that stuff a bit maybe. Don't want to forget about that. What's this? Oh, it's just a lamp, I think. Oh, right. I should see if these doors open. Oh, it's one of these. It's been a while. No! The lack of escape buttons. Shortcut 6. Okay. Oh god, it scrolls now. It was a book, right? Yeah, oh yeah, it's the first thing. V plus L equals 135. L equals... what's the number hidden behind the black bar? V plus L? It's not Roman numerals because V is 5 and L is 50, so it'd be 55. Not 135. V plus L is 135. Sorry, what did the door say here? Wasn't there stuff on the door? Bolted shortcut 6 SVIC. S and C? Okay, what? V plus L is 135. They wouldn't be Roman numerals because then L would just be 50. And VL would be 45. It's probably not the number of sides. Am I supposed to be able to solve these all without any context? Because normally a book of puzzles, you'd expect that to be how it works. The hands of a clock, like V and L. "24-hour clock, 1 o'clock, 1:35. So L would be 35. I don't think that's it. I'll put it in just to try something, but I think I just 100% don't clock what they're even talking about here. Nope. Huh. V plus L equals 135. That is a low context puzzle. Ah. There's a hole in the floor. And a sledgehammer right there, so I guess we know where it came from. I take it these are the big gouges that what we see everywhere. I like how chunky that computer is. The hole blocks the way. Jump down. My leg! Oh hey, we're in the hidden chapel. There's a voice from inside the confessional. May the Lord be in your heart and help you to confess your sins. Theft, adultery, gossiping, lies, blasphemy, and murder. Damn. Horseman painting. There's a cube-shaped hole in the frame. Let's look at it a little bit better. Looks like the word fame. Fames. It's a horse with a... This is a horse with a scale, like in the back garden. This is a horse with a reaper. Yeah, like in the back garden. Moors, maybe? I don't have any letter box or lettered like playing toys right now. Children's letter blocks, I guess maybe what they're called. That's a Nazgul. Postilentia. Number 3. Gonna have to solve this one to even leave, I think. Oh, I know, they said none of them are mandatory. What is x plus y plus z? Okay, so we just need to figure out what x, y, and z are, first of all. If we're following the normal rules for dice, the opposite sides add up to 7. Which makes sense because we see 6 in all of the top ones and we don't see a 1 anywhere. Given the orientation of the 6, I believe we're seeing the same side twice. It shows us the 2 and the 5, and the 1, and the answer is 2 or 5. Let's see. The opposite side of the 4 should be a 3, so to the right of the 3 is a 2. The first one's 2. Write the dice down. First one is 2. It's the thing to the left. So Y is to the left of the 4. Which means it's the right one on the opposite side, given where the 4 is. So that's 1. 2, 1. And that should be the one to the left of the 1. I guess they're just simple rotations every single time. You just intuit, like, oh, the one to the left of the 1 is a 5. Based on spatial reasoning and whatnot. Yep, that should be right. So 2 and 5 is just 8. These can't have 3 digits, right? No. So yes, it has to just be 8. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, I pressed right 3 times and didn't notice that I didn't go to puzzle number 3. I just flipped the page 3 times because there's an author's note. Well, I have that for later. Puzzle number 3. What's the symbol? What number is the symbol on the right? Okay, so we're looking through things through prison bars, basically, which makes it impossible to see the vertical parts of the number. That's going to be a bit of a struggle. Okay, so in the first example, you can see the horizontal parts of the 5, and then 1. Next one is 80, because you can see the parts of the 0. I'm not psyched about how the 5 and the 8 look the same, but I guess they're not testing us on that, so that's fine. One that just has a bar across the top, and one that has a bar across the middle, so it's 74. Da 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 da. Have I been here before? Apparently not. That's bolted from the other side, okay. So it's a shortcut, but only if you get both sides of it separately. Otherwise, it's just sort of like a back room of the chapel that has a dollar in it. A little underwhelming. Well, if I ever find shortcut 2, I know the answer, probably. Because I accidentally solved the wrong one. I saw a horse as white as the moonlight, and the rider presented herself as Pestilentia. In her hands was a bow, and its arrows were filled with dirt and blood from the sick. The second rider was named Bellum, and she rode a horse red as blood. A great sword was given to her, and she set out to destroy peace among men. Then I saw the third horse. It was black as the night, and the rider was known as Fames. She carried a pair of scales, and with her misery and starvation followed. The fourth rider came from the land of the dead, and presented herself as Moors. Her horse was pale, and she carried a scythe. Okay, so it's the four horsemen of the apocalypse, right? You have pestilence, war, famine, and death. American dollar! Just being periodically bribed by puzzles is very funny. It kind of feels like they just put something goofy in the game to make it feel like you're getting periodic rewards as you go. American dollar! I have enough to clear out that entire gotcha machine now if I want. Like a capsule machine. Assuming there are in fact exactly 20 and it's not randomly assigning you one of 20 rewards, and which means you could put 100 of them in before you ever clear them all out. But I don't think the game would do that in this context. They just put it in my brain that they're rare, so it makes me want to see what the other options might be to spend money on. There is a cube-shaped hole in the crucifix. I don't think I have any cubes still. I have dollars. Alright, so I need a cube to put in the crucifix and also all four of these paintings. Oh, that's weird. You can see the door that's open through the wall that the painting is at. Just a very strange visual over here, being able to see the door so clearly. It's wild how the game's just like intentionally unfinished looking everywhere. Like the build, you're just in a floating half-formed place. But let's see. Let's read more of my possessions. The Byte Says game system. Stolen in the gatehouse. In very good condition. It has almost no visible scratches. Very light. KLB Electronics, 1982. Not for resale. It's printed on the label on the back. Once again, the current date is not 1963, because this is from 2 decades later. I mean, it's a fucking Game Boy. The Byte Says has a handheld game console developed by KLB Electronics. Magazine advertised from 1982 suggested the console would have launched the same year, but no sources have been able to verify the console ever released. Some sources claim the device has withdrawn due to players receiving severe eye strain. The console is said to have been able to install games and applications in the internal memory and display 3 colors, white, gray, and black, simultaneously on its 180 by 180 pixel display. American dollars. Found everywhere. On the front of every bill, the picture of the president has been scribbled on with black ink. He has been given cartoon mouse ears, eyes, and nose. There are stains of red substance on each bill. On the other side, the depiction of the Eye of Providence has been consciously circled using the red substance. Dollar bills with similar doodles have been in circulation in Northern Europe for at least 4 decades. They've been linked to case 630113RN, but it is likely that the vast majority of these bills are copies by unassociated pranksters. There have been exactly 100 findings of confirmed originals. Linked to case blah 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 blah. I wonder if you have to put that in somewhere. It's very possible that the Dark Souls item descriptions are puzzle solutions. Okay, so once you're in this chapel, you can't leave until you give a confession. It looks like. Gossiping is a hilarious thing to confess to, it feels like. Adultery. This is such a small sin. This is not your real sin. Gossiping? Such small sins happen. It's not your real sin, is it? Lies? This is barely a sin. That's not what you mean to confess, is it? Theft. So it's murder. Yep. Yes. Yes. God, the Father of mercies, through the death and resurrection of his Son, has reconciled the world to himself, and sent the Holy Spirit among us for the forgiveness of sins. Through the ministry of the Church, may God give you pardon and peace, and I absolve you from your sins. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the path to the truth shall open. Frenetic button pressing. No. Forgive me, Signorina. They hide the secret buttons very well. Let's see. It must be this one. Ta-da! So this is the one-way blocked door we saw before. So that was just him again. There's no one in there. There's no one in there. And we're back. Hey, it's the place that I was talking about earlier. I guess we've been shoved right back at it, the first place that I saw the solution to. So let's go get that one then. It's 5254, if I remember correctly. Or the other way around. 5452. It's the last two digits of each of the publishing dates of these movies. My College's Dream and the Ace of Hearts or something. Location redacted. January 8th, 1847. Dear brother, what was lost has been found. Even if I had 500 years to write, my humble words could not possibly tell you what it is like. As much as I would welcome all my brothers and sisters to pilgrim here, I implore you to wait. The treasure is magnificent. I will write more thoroughly when I have calmed down. Our quest has ended, but I sense danger. Ab imo pectore, your brother. So, 2347. Right here? Oh, the safe. I'm scared. I don't know how to solve that. It's like 2, 3, 4, 7. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. Huh. What do we know about that? This is the E key, but this is the west door, I think? Yeah. If I come over here, can I open the east door with my E key? And become an E-boy? That's not the east door. This one's backwards, not flipped. Oops. Nope. 2691. Easy. January 10th, 1847. Dear brother, I cannot stay here. This is the last time you will hear of me. Do not speak my name again. My deeds cannot be forgiven. Lorenzo and the Great walked 49 years on this earth until under the protection of Santa Lucia. Now he must vanish. I shall be reborn a nameless vagabond. Vales quam optime. Your brother. Walked in past tense, so subtract 49? Get 1798? What the fuck? Okay, this one makes a little more sense. Yep. A floppy disk. Our first computer disk for the computers. Okay, so I was able to solve that via the letter in the room, so maybe the other one can also be solved via the letter in that room when there's no additional thing to figure out. I just have to figure out how that somehow correlates to 4 dots. So I interpret it as being you add 500 to 1847 to get 2347. But it says had in past tense, so it could also be 1347. Either way, I don't know how to input that. Let's see. I don't see a clue in here. So you don't do one digit at a time. Sorry, 20, 3, 40, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aw, I thought that was it. Entering the 500 years. I figured 2347, right? 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Or 1347. I tried both, I believe. I could try double check 1347. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, that just feels like the intuitive solution is that maybe you have to press them the number of times to get there. Because it's 4 digits and 4 buttons, and that's it. There's no, like, additional context. I don't think I get this one. I'm looking at it with fresh eyes later, maybe. I know where the west door is, but not the east door. Canzone dell'Oceano plus Adios. So let's just add them. This one's kind of hilarious. 1948. 1950. $38.98. Ta-da! It was nice of them to put a calculator in the game, considering how often they're going to have you just do math. December 13th, 1846. Dear brother, forgive my dark words, but today my heart aches from the pain of living. I wish I was as easily pleased as the cretins taking pleasure in the grotesque picture from my etherotrope. Every crowd is the same. I fear that we are not the knights of the Round Table, but rather a gathering of ugly children on a never-ending Easter egg hunt. I believe that what we seek is gone from the world, if it ever was here. Still, I will continue my journey to, as Brother Septimus commanded. Ab imo pectore, your brother. I don't see a clue in this one. Let's see. Besides the year. I don't know what an erythrotrope is. Anyway, 1846. Uh-huh. Fuck. Okay. You ever just have a fear response to something? Oh, is it how many squares they are? 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah. There we go. You just have to figure out how many blocks each one was. I thought I had to make the shapes of the numbers. I've got another one. Maybe I should try to finish my lap of doing as many of these as possible before I try to then use the computer disks. This is bothering me. So you clearly can just solve it with the available information. So 2347. Ah. That might be it. Yep. Once the light blinks on, it's locking in, huh? Alright, that's 3 discs. They seem to consistently give you discs. I don't think I know the solution to the Zodiac thing yet, but I could be wrong. But I think they just gave me the information about how to do a Zodiac, but not the information I need there. Up here, there's a whole bunch of different years, but I don't think I know why I'd get those years, and I can't access the other side of the room yet anyway, so it's not solvable. I can't look around at this journal at all. And it's just called the journal, right? It says something on the spine, but I can't read it. It kind of looks like Roman numerals. But I believe I need to have 5 dates from a specific year. Oh, but maybe that's the book in this room. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. 1950. Medical records nursing home. Oh, I remember that. Cinema Sostenento Manifesto. Cinema doesn't need to exist. That's not what I said, but these are all letters. Nome. That might be tied to the statues in the other room. Not the posters. What am I thinking of? Oh, it was a book. It was a book. I remember that has a bunch of pages. Lunar phases of 1847. Do I have access to 1847? Because maybe there are dates circled in it or something. Nope. It's probably on the other side. See, I think I didn't miss it. 90s, 80s. Yeah, I think 1847 is over there. So maybe if you pick 1847 as a book, maybe that one has it. Let's see, downstairs. There's still a toilet. Do not need to use the toilet. Have not been here for a while. Okay, we're back here. Alright. This is the one I never figured out. 761 is what I wrote there. Can I figure out what the fuck it wants from me? Modern design proposal, inexpensive materials, economic construction, low-priced interior. Any hidden costs? Just looks like 7, because that's the north is to the right, so if you orient it that way, it looks like 761. Why isn't that right? Can't rotate the other way, it'd be like 190 blet. $761. Yeah, there's no L, so I can't do the other way. But I've already tried that. And it doesn't work. It's not how they draw sixes in this game, but it's reasonably a 6. I can't ambigram it because they make just 7s and 1s distinctly separate from each other, so the 7 just becomes an L. Let's get a little more. Let's get a little bit more esoteric with this. Do I need to find this room in the map? Maybe. I hope not, because it sounds like a nightmare. Where are the toilets? Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to pick out the 761 in here. Ugh. They don't seem mandatory, but I don't know. I want to get them all because it says to take them all to a room when I get them. I think. I'm really struggling with that one, apparently. Please come by our temporary studio in the basement if you know about their whereabouts. Thank you. Okay, so that I don't think you can turn these ones in. Because that's just where I was, I think. Unless it's behind the locked door. We actually don't know what the shape of that floor is yet, because I don't have access to the map, because I'm stuck on the puzzle. Huh. I just don't see another way of getting a number out of that one yet. Probably keep looking for movie poster rooms for now. I haven't saved for a bit. I'm also supposed to call you. Pronto. Signorina, what's on your mind? Is it a dead person? So, it has come to this again. It always ends with something violent. A murder mystery, perhaps. Trivial. But cheese is cheese. We can still make it sing. I wonder how she died. Perhaps she fell out of a window. What do you think? Listen carefully, Signorina. Think about where she must have fallen from. What was that? Was that all, Bella? Always walk in a straight circle, Signorina. These are non-advice. Anyone new on these guys? Nope. Alright, that's an elimination of one lingering objective. I think that's every movie poster on this floor. They're still taunting me with this key. Maybe you can access it from higher up? Or the other floor over there? Or maybe just with the right item you can cut it down? I can't currently even try to interact with it. I don't remember if I tried the side doors here, actually. Let's see. I should check to see if there's an obvious broken window over here. The window here is not broken, and there's no visible window elsewhere, so it must be the top floor? Possibly? So she fell probably from room 1847. Not that I know how to get there. In fact, there's no discernible way to get there. There's no door. Oh, this one. This locked door here. So East Hall. Oh, so the maze door, right? I think. Yeah, I think that's the maze door is where she fell from. Okay, so the key she dropped might actually be the key to the maze door. I was bound to go and try these doors there anyway. Or these keys anyway. What's over here? Hi. Zodiac. Renate Schwarzwald. Himmelskörper. Oil on canvas. Having mostly used her talents and training in traditional paintings for landscapes and portraits, Schwarzwald's motifs became more and more minimal, sometimes even simple, by the end of her life. Her later work would often include mystic symbols, some not deciphered to this day. Are any of these not just the Zodiac? I guess maybe not this moon. Moon. Mars. Oh, it's just the planets. Mercury. Jupiter. Venus. Saturn. Sun. So I think the art gallery is the key to puzzles elsewhere. This really is an escape room game. Ah! It keeps unhighlighting right when I'm about to click on it. 5 letters. It could be the Nero 2 code. Probably have to go back to the other heads to find a 5-digit combo. The heads are down to the left, so I might as well check them out. If they are the right heads. Oh, it's that one. I could check if the crank fits. It has a crank-looking bit at the end. Nope. Anything else? Got a bunch of floppies. Okay, wrong head. Yeah, 3rd floor with the printer. We'll get a little detoured from the movie posters for a second and check those out. Was there always a wheelchair here? Uh-oh. Those are not the same letters. 2N1. 32 lie. 32 NI. N1. 2 Nate. Damn, I thought there might be something along the lines of 2 Nero or other scramblings of the same letters to indicate how to solve that room. That's still, this room might still be the key to that. It's just not as obviously what I thought it might be. So let's get back to the movie posters for now. So this is the film, this is for the automobile movie, but upside down. Three women, all named Regina. I already read this. It's still marked as new, I guess. 1959, so 6261. No. 6261. Nope, I'm trying to leave. Damn it. Huh. I just had the thought that maybe it's flipped and not rotated, which would mean that you'd have to flip the numbers without changing their orders. But no, it's rotated. Automobile would read left to right if it was on top, and it's reading right to left when it's on the bottom, which means it's been rotated 180 degrees. Here you can see the credits are on the bottom left. And then the top right. Yeah, it's all rotated 180 degrees. So what am I doing wrong? Oh, 5 does not flip into being a 2. It flips into being a 5 still. It's perfect. It's symmetrical. Yep. Europe. Okay. So 2 numbers can be rotated between what looks like 100 digits. So it's probably a date, like usual. January 9th, 1847. Dear brother, my worries were not without cause. Things have started to appear. A red hallway behind a clock. A theater. The baronin is changing and speaks in a puzzling tongue. Minutes and hours are years at this very moment. Time is the year. She said it as if it was a rehearsed line from a play. The crimson beast skulks these halls now, which we know is money, playing strange games and whispering horrible words. It wants to swallow all. Tonight, if such a time even exists, we are invited to a performance. A new play is being rehearsed at the theater. Something will happen. There is violence in the air. Ab imo pectore, your brother. So put in, make it 6:47 as if it's a clock. Little hand, big hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes sense because you can only move this one by one at a time. 40, 45, 47. Yep. It's a clock puzzle. Whoa! Well, damn, I'm burning through these. A dog like all other dogs has 4 quadrants: top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Except it's all scrambled up and fucked, so we probably have to base it on that. So it's actually bottom left. I mixed my brain up a little bit. Bottom left, top left, bottom right, top right. What's the input system? Numbers somehow. Bottom left, top left. Bottom right, top right. Right, I think. Are there supposed to be numbers? There's the number 1957, which is not on the cover, so... Maybe you think it is just being how it would normally be written in from left to right, top to down. So 1 on the top left, 9 on the top right, 5 on the bottom left, 7 on the bottom right. $1957. $1957. So then, but then 1 is the bottom left, so it's 5, 1, 7, 9. 5179, I think. Hey, I guess that's it. I was worried I was gonna lose the combination in the middle of trying to solve it and have to keep rechecking. January 6th, 1847. Dear brother, I arrived at yesterday. It is decayed, dark, and much too large for the Baronin herself. Your prophecy was, as expected, correct. She is an artist, born on these very grounds. I have yet to gain her trust, but I sense an inexplicable bond between us. I think she knows what I'm searching for, as is expected. How can one live 40 years on sacred ground without knowing? Okay, so it's probably her birthday then? 1807? What? The fuck? Oh, I had it for a second there. I don't know if I got that one, but I kind of just went towards the direction I was going for and I found it, so I guess I don't need to understand that puzzle. What? I feel blessed that I found the solution so quickly, because that looked terrifying. Let's see, have I seen every movie? Yeah, that one was added to that one. This one was split with this one. This one was split 4 ways. This one was flipped. This one was backwards. And, well, we haven't found the third eye, but that seems like the weird one, so that might make sense. Okay, so we found basically all of them except for the third eye, so we might be done with these then. Good to know. 30% truth revealed. I'm kind of chugging along, aren't I? This is not her room. That's upstairs. I should probably start putting in the discs next episode. I do want to try saying stuff at her a little. Let's try Nero. No response to Nero. Photo collages, cafe, mother, her sister and father. Name and Talix Unos project. Pitoff's band. I'm guessing you can only write those things if you can figure out what they are. And I'm not sure if I know any of them. So there were 5 letters that are titled Your Brother, or signed Your Brother. This person was written to much earlier than everyone else's. These people are all like in 4 days, and this person was weeks earlier. I wonder what that means. Lorenzo the Great must vanish. Yeah, I don't have anything definite for this yet. We'll have to see. But I'm intrigued. And we keep making progress, so it feels good. See you next time.